A look at the new Bold 9790 from BlackBerry. I'm joined by Tom.
It's the new BlackBerry 7 device, one of two devices that we're launching today alongside the new Curve 9380. It's a new, smaller form factor for the iconic Bold device.
Let's compare it to the. I think this is my Bold there. You can see the two Bolds side by side. This is the 9900 and then the 9790 next to it. What are the key differences? I mean, these are both Bold devices, so they're high-end devices.
Yeah. So the Bold 9900 is our flagship BlackBerry smartphone. The Bold 9790 is fits into that.
It's your phone. That's all right.
The Bold 9900 is our flagship smartphone, and the Bold 9790 is designed to sort of fit into that family, certainly as very much as a high-end device, high-performance BlackBerry smartphone. But as you can see, it's a little bit smaller, it's a little bit narrower, and you can see that it's got a nice slim design with the bands around the side. It's got the same fretted
yeah, the keyboard is the same, isn't it? These angles on the keyboard, you call that a fretted design?
Yeah, so the little silver lines are sort of reminiscent of the frets on a guitar, and they sort of help you to, whilst you're looking at the keyboard, to separate out the lines and to find the keys a little bit easier. It's a really nice device for typing on, but you can see it's just that little bit more compact than the 9900 for people that are looking for something that's a little bit more easy to pop into their pocket or to their bag, and they're maybe not so worried about having that big wide keyboard, the slightly bigger screen.
Sure.
But to all intents and purposes, it's the same performance, the same basic smartphone.
Same camera. Would you mind sort of just showing us round?
Yeah, sure. So you've got a 2.4 inch screen here, which is 360 by 480, I believe. You've got on board 8 gigabytes.
Just switch it on so we can
sure.
see that screen. There we go. Okay.
So on board you've got 8 gigabytes of memory. It's expandable, but to sort of up to 40 gigabytes with micro SD.
Right.
It's enabled for NFC, augmented reality, so all of the sort of great new technologies that we introduced with BlackBerry 7. It is both touchscreen and type, so you don't need to compromise on your experience. So that's really the signature of the new Bold devices that are loaded with BlackBerry 7. As we said, BlackBerry 7 preloaded, so it's got really great web browser, lovely fluid screen, really nice to work with both the keyboard and the touch screen, and of course we've still got the optical trackpad that is become quite important to BlackBerry devices, that allows for that sort of fine-tuning when you're trying to navigate around web pages, forms, that kind of thing.
Why don't you navigate to the browser, navigate to a site, BBC or Engadget. Let's take a look. Yeah, and if we, of course, so Engadget, and we could scroll down, we'll have a look at the mobile version first, and then scroll down and have a look at the desktop. Just a little scroll down. So of course the Curve, which has a similar form factor, the Curve 9360, I think was the most recent Curve I was looking at here, which has the same form factor, but of course that doesn't have the touch screen, so you've got to go Bold to get the touch screen in this form factor.
Absolutely, and it's again sort of lovely design. I think the keyboard also makes a difference as well if you're looking between the two devices, but essentially it's important to note that all BlackBerry devices have the same basic sort of BlackBerry experience. It's really important that our customers are getting that same positive experience. If you want to sort of double tap on there, you can sort of bring up the size of the copy to fit the screen.
Oh, someone's ringing. 1 second. Okay, and we're looking at the same processor? Oh no, slightly. This is a 1.2 gigahertz.
Yeah, the processor on this is ever so slightly low. It's a 1 gigahertz processor, so it's still really fast.
This is 1.2, that's 1.
Yeah,
okay.
And still works really nicely with the BlackBerry 7 operating system, so it's still a very high performance and a great device for everyone. Just if you're looking for something a little bit more compact, a little bit more pocketable, then this is something that you probably want to take a look at.
And also, could we take a peek at the back? Can we take the back off and have a look at where the SD card slot is?
So the back just slides off nicely here. You notice it's got the same batteries in the Bold 9900.
Let's just get a bit more light on there. Sorry, if we just could you bring it into this light patch here? There we go, we can have a little look.
No, it's got the same battery as the Bold 9900. You can see there's hot swappable micro SD there. If I just pop the battery out, it says, I don't know how to take the battery out of here. You can see a SIM pops in over there.
I was going to ask a couple more questions about
Sure.
the, I mean, where this fits in. I mean, in some ways it does. I've got to say, if we put it up against the 9360,
Yeah.
we have the same sort of layered design on both.
Yeah.
But really, it's so, you know, physically they look similar. Of course, this, just to put it in context, we have the separate keys without the angles on the keyboard
Yeah.
there. But the key thing you'd say is the internals going in there. These are bold internals, and obviously the touchscreen. That's why you would go for this rather than
You've got
the curve.
a really nice touchscreen. You've got great keyboard. Obviously, the curved keyboard's very good as well. But we think the fretted keyboard with these really nice sculpted keys is a really great way to go. And of course, the specs inside. They're both running BlackBerry 7, so you get the same BlackBerry 7 experience. There's a little bit more power inside this one.
Yep.
And all in all, we think it's sort of worthy of the Bold category.
Cheers, Tom. Thanks a lot.